right, I'll put us on mute. And if you have a strap that you like to use, not necessary, but if you had one, maybe some blocks and a blanket for comfort, but again, just use what like. And let's come to a place. So maybe you're seated, maybe you're laying down. A place to settle in. Maybe there's support behind you or beneath you. Just making sure that your spine feels supported. So if you're seated, that might look like having something beneath you to sit on, lifting the hips above the knees. Notice if you'd like to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. And just notice how you're feeling this morning. Your body, your energy level. If there's any pain, any ease. That's what you're bringing to the mat with you. Notice how the mind is moving, if there's thoughts that are running through. And so I'm going to just read a little, actually it's a summation, it's only 4 lines of a much longer story, just about changing your perspective and how just changing that can bring such change to our well-being, the way we see things, the way we feel. And so as they say, long story short, it's take a break, move around, learn to change your perspective. Maybe you don't need to change what you're looking at. You just need to change where you stand. I just found that a little bit noteworthy. You get very tangled up, grip on different thoughts, cycle through that are tough to let go of. And so just the idea of perhaps looking at it from a different viewpoint, taking a step back, a step sideways, closing your eyes and looking inward at it. Might alter it a bit, might soften it a bit. And so noticing that, noticing your body here in the practice. Again, what we bring into the practice. Need to push anything away, just perhaps loosening the grip a bit. Noticing how the breath is feeling this morning. And perhaps elongating the inhale. And really stretching out the exhale. Let's take about 3 breaths just like that. Nice full breath in. Long breath out, completely emptying. Full breath in. Letting it all out. And I invite you to bring one hand to your lower belly, maybe two, if that feels comfortable. We're going to do a 3-part breath, just starting with that first part, just breathing into the belly, sending that next breath deeply to the belly. Belly expand like a balloon. Exhale, releasing the breath. And then you might take your hands and spread them a little wider, a little bit more towards your hips. So the heel of your hands just come out a little bit wider, breathing again into the belly, but widening the breath. And then releasing it all. And then your hands might go a little bit further to where they're resting on your hips, maybe on the sides. Like a nice full breath in, breathing into the lower belly, the hips, and even into the sacrum, the lower back. Let's take one more just like that, just noticing what that feels like, sending your energy throughout the whole, just that bottom, the lower belly, the hips, lower back. Beautiful. Then gently bringing your hands to the rib cage and sending your breath to the rib cage. Feeling the rib cage widen, expand. And then again, sliding the hands a little bit wider, more to the sides of the ribs, side of your body. See if you can expand the side. Maybe even wider, breathing into the middle back as well, including it all. Nice. And then you might bring your hands to your heart space, breathing into your chest, right into your heart. And then having that next breath a little bit wider, maybe even into your armpits. And the next breath, including the upper back. Beautiful. Now bringing one hand down to the lower belly, you might leave another hand at your chest, at your heart space. Let's bring it all together, all 3 parts. So breathing into the belly, letting it fall into the ribs, expanding into the chest. Exhale, releasing it all. Let's take one more just like that. So you might be visualizing this narrow space right down your torso. Releasing the breath. And then on the next breath, really widen it through your entire body. So again, getting that full round through the lower back, through the midsection, all the way to the middle back, and through the chest and through the upper back. Feeling your whole upper body breathe. And releasing the breath. Let's take about 3 more just like that, using any visual that's helpful to you. Creating space. And then as you're ready, finding your way back to your natural breath. Beautiful. And dropping into your heart space as we set an intention for our practice. What's important to you? What would you like to cultivate throughout the practice, throughout your day? Sending it out into the world. Maybe it is a shift of where you stand, of perspective. You might shift it during your practice of how we go about our poses and shapes. And your thoughts throughout the day. And then sending out a dedication to someone or something, maybe in your heart. You could use your connection, your love, your compassion. Beautiful. Then bringing some movement, perhaps to your hands and your wrists, maybe your neck, anywhere that feels good and nourishing. You can bring the hands together, interlacing the fingers, and maybe just making a kind of that figure eight, infinity, so getting the wrists nice and supple here. Nice. And laying down or seated, perhaps taking your hands as they're interlaced, pressing the palms away from you, and lifting up, maybe behind the head. Any kind of stretching or movement here that feels good. Nice, releasing that. And then let's all meet up on our backs. Again, having any props nearby that would be useful. So right away, let's just draw the knees in. Maybe give yourself a hug. Just feel that gentle compression in the front of your hip flexors. Release the shoulders down. Beautiful. You can rock it side to side. You can bring the knees wide or whatever's comfortable here. Nice. And making some circles. So with one hand on each knee, sending those knees far away from each other, back together. And then reversing that. Beautiful. And then right from here, we're just going to cross at the ankles. Let's bring the right ankle on top of the left. And then we're going to bring our hands to our feet if we can reach. If we can't, that's fine. Just what feels good. You might just hang out here, giving yourself a hug. But if you can, bringing your hands to the tops of your feet. So first we're going to go into a stretch in the feet. So feel as if you're pointing your toes a bit. And then pressing in with your heels at the same time, we're going to kind of lift the feet up towards the sky, but at the same time, you're using your hands to press down on your feet. So that isometric movement. And so let's think about a few things. So we're turning on the core, so navel to the spine, keeping the lower back nice and flat. We're turning on the shoulders and the chest. So drawing the elbows down towards the ground. We're pressing our feet into our hands into our feet, turning on the arms, the chest. My dog. Sorry. And then softening and releasing that. You might rock. Take a breath. Beautiful. And then we can just switch. So bringing the left ankle over the right. So crossing at the ankles. And this one for me feels totally weird. Almost like, how do I lift my right foot? But just kind of seeing how we go about it, right? So hands again on the feet, pressing the hands down, getting a stretch through the top of your feet. Again, turning on the chest, upper arms, upper back, navel to the spine. You could feel it through my shins, calves, hips. So that isometric, right? Hands pressing against the feet, feet pressing against the hands. Beautiful. Soften that, release it. And then let's rock it side to side. Ankles could be crossed or not. Actually, let's not cross them and circle. Give our ankles a nice little massage there. Beautiful. Let's send the feet up to the sky and then bend the knees. So we'll floss through the hamstrings. Each time we send the feet up, let's try and peel the toes back a little bit. Just flossing up and down. Nice. Then we can bring the feet down with the knees bent. So let's cross the right ankle right onto the left thigh, and we're going to send the left foot up to the sky. So just kind of noticing how that feels. Check in with your lower back that it's as flush to the ground as can be. And you might press the heel away from you. And we're going to wake up the core a bit, and you'll be the decider on the volume here as we start to lower that left leg towards the ground. And as we do, pressing that lower back into the earth, and the minute that starts to arch, and if it does not feel good, you lift the legs back up to the sky. Do this about 3 or 4 times. So lowering the left leg. As you do, release the shoulders to the ground, lower back to the ground, navel to the spine. And then we'll lift that left leg back up. And take that one more time. And then we lift it back up. Beautiful. Let's bend into the left knee, or you might put that foot on the ground. Interlace the hands behind your leg or use a strap. Flexing into the feet. Beautiful. And let's bring the left foot down. And arms can come out to the side. And we're just going to rock the legs side to side in this pigeon pose. Feel free to land on either side or keep the movement going. See what your body wants to do. Nice. Then we can switch sides. So left ankle to right thigh. And again, we'll lift that right foot up to the sky. Check in with your lower back. You might stay right here, or perhaps lowering that right leg down as you do, navel to the spine, keeping the lower back nice and flat. Shoulders down. And then we press the foot back up. Inhale as we lower. Exhale, press it up. Perhaps one more. We breathe in. Noticing as you breathe in, you might feel the breath in that lower back. Exhale, press it up. Beautiful. Bending into the knee. Hands are strapped behind the right thigh, flexing into the feet. Maybe sending the breath to your left hip. Nice. All right, let's bring the left leg. We're gonna uncross the legs. Keep the right knee in, so you can interlace your fingers right on the right knee. And then send the left leg long, either parallel with the ground, hovering, or if you'd like to rest it down, you can. And of course, you can always bend into the knee. So any one of those options. If the leg is hovering, again, navel to the spine, shoulders release back. And then we're going to bring a little bit of movement to that right leg. So drawing the right knee towards the right shoulder a bit, towards the midline. Might open it out to the side a bit. Maybe one more time, just gentle movements here. And you might rest the leg down while you're moving it, or not, you choose. Beautiful. And then we can switch sides. So let's lengthen the right leg, hug in the left knee, shoulders release down. And then bringing some movement to the left leg. So maybe opening it out to the left a bit. Crossing towards the midline, keeping the hip down so it's just a bit. Maybe doing that one more time. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Nice. Let's draw both knees in, rock it side to side. And then let's take a nice big full body stretch. Send the legs out long. Feel the hip flexors open. Hands might come behind you, interlaced. And let's press the palms away, press the soles of the feet away. The heels might lift up. Let's lengthen through the right side. So pressing the right foot far away, right hand behind you. And then lengthen through the left side. Beautiful. Coming back to center. You can bend into the knees. If you have a block nearby, you might bring that between the thighs. As wide as is comfortable. Heels in as close as you can to your pelvis. Then we're going to just press into the block. And as we do, again, feeling the lower back as flush as possible with the ground, with the earth. Envisioning the inner thighs spinning towards each other and feeling the outer edge of your foot. So we're opening up the SI as we do. And then softening that compression, just soften it. And again, let's press into the block. Feeling the outer edge of our feet. If your shoulders are starting to crawl inwards, see if you can open them up. Beautiful. And then releasing that. And then maybe bringing the blocks so that so the knees are hip width distance. So we'll come into our bridge pose. Pressing into our feet, lifting the hips towards the sky, really engaging in the glutes and all the centering muscles here. Squeezing into the glutes, squeezing into the hamstrings, into the quads. And then releasing down. As we release down, we might sweep the arms back behind us. And let's just flow like this. You can skip the arms if that doesn't feel good in your shoulders, or maybe the arms come out to the sides instead of behind. Letting the movement be an expression of your breath. And perhaps one more here as you might choose to hold the lift, hold the hips up towards the sky. Again, envisioning the inner thighs rolling towards each other. Thinking of like this magnetic pull. Engaging again in the glutes. Beautiful. Full breath in. On the exhale, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Just taking a moment, letting the body equalize here, and then you can remove the block. Nice. And let's bring the knees right above the hips. The ankles come out from the knees, that 90-degree angle. And as we do, pressing the lower back into the ground. You might let your hands rest at your lower belly. Let's just dip the right toes down, keeping the knee bent and then drawing it back up. left toes down, drawing it back up. We'll do about 2 more sets like that. Beautiful. This time, let's press the right leg away. So lengthen through the right leg, and then we'll draw that right knee back. And then we'll press the left leg away, left knee back. Take maybe 2 more sets here. Beautiful. And we can bring the arms up to the sky. The shoulder heads sink down. We're in this table on our back, feeling your entire back supported by the earth here. And then we can do our opposites, so lengthening the right leg, reaching that left arm back, and drawing it back in. Switching sides. Keeping the pelvis as steady as possible. Navel to the spine. Maybe 1 more set. Beautiful. All right, give yourself a hug, and then we're going to find our way up. So you might rock along your spine. You might rock to your side and gently press your way up. And just find a comfortable seat. You might sit up on a cushion, a block, a bolster. Let's find some length to our spine. Let the shoulders roll back and down. And just notice how you're feeling here. Feel any support that's beneath you and how that helps support the lower back. Sweep the arms up towards the sky, lifting through the heart. Palms touch, and we'll draw it right into the heart space. As we do, let the shoulders sink down, and we're going to press into our palms. As we do, releasing the shoulders down even further. Beautiful. And let's take our hands and we're just going to slide them off to the right a bit. As we do, we're turning the head to the left. Come back to center. And then sliding the elbow towards your left and turning the head towards the right. Still pressing as much as possible into the hands. And draw it back to center. Shoulders down. Beautiful. Release the hands. Roll through the wrists. Go through the shoulders, up to the ears, back and down. And then other direction. Nice. Bringing the hands behind you, interlacing your fingers, and then lifting through the heart. If that doesn't feel good, grab onto a strap, and you can hold the strap. Letting the stretch through the chest, shoulders. And just making sure that you're not scrunching through your cervical spine. So it's really the heart that's lifting, not the head. Beautiful. If it feels good to fold here, feel free to take a fold, making that crease right at the hip. Maybe the hands lift up towards the sky. You might shake your head yes, shake your head no. Beautiful. Let's press back up. Releasing the hands, fingers to the shoulders, and we'll circle the elbows. And reverse it back. Nice. Come into a cow face pose. So if you happen to have a strap, a towel, anything, a shirt lying around, a rag, that'll work, anything. And so we'll take that into our left hand, bring the left hand up to the sky, bending at the left elbow, and you might take your right hand just to give your arm a little nudge to bring the elbow as high as possible, right? And so my strap is hanging back behind me. And then I'm going to take my opposite arm, my right arm, reach back and take hold of that strap. So they're both in line here. And we take a breath. Breathe some softness into the shoulders, the chest. Be resting your head on your left forearm. Beautiful. Let's release that. Roll through the shoulders, anything that feels good here. You might draw your chin down towards your chest. And then we'll switch sides. So taking hold of the strap in your right hand. Sitting totally strange. And then reaching that right arm up to the sky, bending the elbow. You might, again, give your elbow a little bit of help here. Taking your left hand, bringing it behind you and taking hold of the strap. And we breathe. Take a stroll to the nearest water's edge. Remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long before you came. One more breath. On the exhale, soften, release. Let's bring the arms all the way out. On the inhale, open the palms, lift the heart. On the exhale, navel to the spine. You can turn the arms, the hands, so they're almost upside down facing the sky. So we'll do some cat-cows like this. Let's open the chest, open the arms. Exhale, we round it in. Take one more. Exhale. Beautiful. Coming back up to a comfortable seat. I'm just going to come off my block. It's a little high for where I'm going. And then we're just going to do some side, as we do, openers. Perhaps you might want a block or something to rest your hand on. We'll bring the left hand, forearm, onto either the ground, if that feels doable right now, or if you want to bring the earth a little bit closer, maybe resting your forearm on a block. Either one is fine. Opening through the chest a bit. You can bring your right hand to your ear and then reach it out. So if you feel like your sit bone is kind of flying up, you might grab onto that block to help ground your sit bone, your right sit bone, into the earth. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take this right arm, right hand, and just right across the horizon. Sending it right across the horizon. And then let's bring it back. And as we bring it back, you might open the chest a little bit towards the sky. And on the exhale, again, the right arm right across the horizon, reaching out in front. Extending your fingers wide, and then we bring it back right by that right ear. We'll take that one more time. Grounding the right sit bone. On the inhale, bringing it back, really engaging the whole arm. Let's open the chest a bit. Beautiful. And then we can press our way up. We'll come to the other side. So you might have a block on this side. Resting your forearm either on the block or the ground. Taking the left hand by your face, your cheek, and then pressing it as long as feels comfortable here. And again, if you feel this sit bone on this side coming up and it might not have on the other, you can just bring a block underneath that forearm. And then let's send that left hand, left arm out across the horizon. Bring it back towards your ear and then opening the chest a bit towards the sky. And 2 more times, your pace, your movement. Making any changes that feel right in your body. Beautiful. And then right from here, let's open it up, bringing both arms up to the sky. And then let's hold a beach ball. Nice big beach ball here. Engaging into the shoulders, upper back, upper arms, your fingers. Beautiful. Pressing the hands back up. Palms touch and we'll draw it all in. Let the shoulders release down. Nice. You can rest your hands on your lap anywhere, letting the chin come down towards the chest. As you do, lengthen the spine so we're not rounding into it. We're getting a stretch in the cervical spine. Nice. If it feels good to you, bringing your left ear towards the left shoulder, doing that half moon. If it feels better to lift your head and turn it, do that instead. Listen to your body. And then we'll bring the chin back down towards the chest, shoulders back and down. Nice long spine here. And then again, maybe that half moon towards your right side, or maybe you lift the head and turn. Do what's accessible in your neck right now. Nice. Come back to center and then just rolling through the shoulders, any movement that feels good. Let's find our way into a tabletop. You might want some blocks nearby. Some cat-cows right away. Nice big inhale, heart lifts, belly drops. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And just moving the pace of your breath here. Beautiful. Let's find our way back to a neutral spine. You might tuck the toes, just get a stretch through the soles of your feet. And then we're going to send the hips back as far as feels comfortable in your knees. You might stop midway, wherever you are. Just go to your comfort place. And then we're going to keep the arms and hands completely engaged. So tenting the fingers. Melting the heart towards the earth here. Might lower the head so you're not lifting up and straining anywhere in the shoulder area, in the neck. Beautiful. And then let's walk the hands towards the right. You don't have to keep them tented. Just opening the left side body. Walk the hands towards the left. You might place your right hand on top of the left. Nice, and then we can come back to center. Letting the inhale bring you back into your tabletop. You can send the left leg just floating back behind. Hips are nice and square. Belly is engaged. Lengthening through your arms so we're not sinking in our chest. Beautiful. Let's bend into the right knee and just make some big circles here. These big circles. And then reversing that. Beautiful. Let's press that right foot all the way back behind us. Cross it over the left, touching down, tucking the toes, and peeking over the left shoulder. Nice. Come back to our tabletop. We'll send the left foot back. Again, gathering through the belly, lengthening through the arms, strengthening through the chest. And then bending into the knee and circling here. And reversing that. And then we can press the left foot back, extending the left leg, crossing it over the right, touching down, and looking over the right shoulder. Beautiful. Let's come back to our tabletop. As we tuck the toes, we'll send the hips up to downward facing dog. We'll pedal it out here. Feel free to bring blocks beneath your hands that might feel supportive. Beautiful. And then from here, you might float the right leg up a bit. Maybe it comes up a few inches. Maybe it comes up towards the sky as you press the hips back. And then we'll look forward and we're going to step that right foot forward into a low lunge as we drop the left knee. You can surely use blocks here if you'd like. And just spending a moment here, letting the hips get heavy. Nice. And then let's bring that right hand to the inside of your right foot. You might heel toe your right foot out a bit. We can circle through the hips. We're in that lizard-ish pose. Circle the other direction. Nice. Then right from here, let's plant the right hand. Might reach the right arm up towards the sky. Maybe it reaches back. You might follow with your gaze. You might open the right knee a bit. Find what works for you here. And then we'll bring it back. So we plant the right hand down. And so however you'd like to get back into your downward facing dog, you can do it through one leg. You can bring your right knee back down so you're in tabletop into downward dog. So you find your path. Bringing the feet nice and close together, maybe floating the left leg. And then looking forward, sending the shoulders over the wrists. We'll step the left foot forward. It might be a few steps. You might use your left hand to get there. Bringing that right knee down. Feel free to come up on blocks. Opening the right hip flexor. Bringing any movement to your shoulders, making this nice and fluid. Nice. And then you might bring your hands on the inside of that left foot, maybe opening the left foot out a bit, heel toeing it out. Circling the hips, nice big circles. Reversing that. And then planting the right hand, reach the left hand up to the sky. You might send it all the way back, maybe following with your gaze. Beautiful. We'll bring it back. Let's heel toe that left foot back in. And then once again, you find your path back to downward dog. So you might find your way back to table first, tuck the toes, or you might step that left foot back. We'll take about 2 cycles of breath here. And then we'll walk our feet towards our hands, finding a forward fold. You can rest your forearms on your thighs or maybe take opposite elbows here. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. You might bring your hands behind your head, tractioning through the neck, getting a good stretch there. And releasing the hands down. Let's find a halfway lift. Gather in through the belly, shoulders back away from the ears. Notice how your hamstrings are feeling here. Beautiful. Let's soften back down, bending into the knees as we press the earth away and find a tall mountain. Reach it all the way up. On the exhale, let's cactus the arms out. Maybe take a little bit of a back bend here, opening the heart towards the sky. As we press the hands back up. On the exhale, we'll fold again. Swan dive, come on down. Bend the knees at any point that feels good. I'll take a half lift. And then release down. From here, hands can be on blocks. We're going to step the left foot back, coming into a warrior two. So that back foot will be at a more 90-degree angle. Bending into the right knee. Shoulders back and down. And open up the arms. Make sure your knee isn't falling inward. You might open it up. Take a full breath here. Let's find our reverse triangle. So lengthening through the right leg. We'll sweep the right arm all the way up. Big side body stretch. Left hand comes down the left leg. Beautiful. Let's bring this to our triangle. So with the arms out, we're going to reach out with the right arm, maybe having a block nearby. You might bring your right hand to a block, your right hand to your leg, your foot. Just open up that left shoulder, and we'll send the left hand up to the sky or on your hip. Big stretch to the right inner thigh. Beautiful. As we press into the earth using the power of your legs, we're going to come on up. Nice. Let's bend back into that right knee, warrior two. And then we can cartwheel the hands down to the ground, or you could just step forward. So you choose. And step the left foot forward. Find a halfway lift here. Breathe into your hamstrings as we soften down. And we'll step the right foot back right away, dropping the heel. That 90-degree angle and finding our way into warrior two on the other side. So maybe your left heel is in line with your arch. I mean, everybody's body is different. Kind of just check it out, but again, just make sure that left knee is not falling inward. Breathe. Feel the outer edge of your foot, your back foot. Strong pose. Lengthen the left leg, reach the left arm up, reverse triangle. Beautiful, and we'll bring that right into triangle. So left hand comes down, maybe it's at your knee, your shin, a block. Right arm can reach up to the sky. We're stacking the shoulders here, opening the chest. Try not to roll in. Beautiful. Using the power of your legs, of your body, we're going to come back up. Let's come wide on our mat. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. Toes facing out, heels come in. And we'll just bring it down to our goddess. Bending into the knees. And we'll press back up. Star pose. Exhale, we'll sink it down. Inhale, let's press up. Beautiful. This time we'll sink on down. You can bring your hands to your knees. Come to whatever place feels good for you. You can stay up high. Come down lower. And we'll bring the left shoulder towards the right knee. And then right shoulder towards the left. We'll come back to center. Bring the hands behind the back. Maybe you take opposite elbows, opposite forearms. Beautiful. Let's press back up, star pose. And then we're going to exhale again into goddess. Inhale, bringing the Shoulder blades to touch, heart lifts. Exhale, elbows and palms touch. Inhale, we open right up. Exhale, we bring it together. Let's take one more. Feel free to come out anytime. Beautiful. Let's sweep it all the way up. And then exhale, hands to the heart space as we send the toes to face forward. Hands can come to the hips. And we're going to forward fold here. Feel free to have some blocks beneath you. Hands can come to blocks, to the ground. You might widen your stance. Sending the shoulders back from the ears. Inhaling the right arm up towards the sky. We plant the left hand. You can bring that hand down. Switching sides, getting a stretch to the inner thigh. Beautiful. And then from here, you might stay here or you might walk the hands out into that downward dog. If you walk your hands away, send the hips back. So you have almost no weight in the hands. Your bottom half is holding, right? That's where all the strength is. So you're just getting a stretch in the shoulders, wide-legged down dog. If you want to make this active, sending the shoulders forward over the wrists, so it's a wide-legged plank. And then we exhale and press back to that down dog. Maybe two more of these if this feels at all interesting. Beautiful. Walking the hands back beneath you. You might heel toe in a bit, maybe 2 or 3 times. Let's bring your thumbs to the hip crease as we engage through the legs into the core, and we lift up and we rise. It's flat back. Come up with a flat back. Let's turn towards the front of the mat. We're going to step that back foot together. So we are at the front in Tadasana. Let the shoulders release down. Beautiful. Let's sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, we fold. We'll find that halfway lift here. Take an extra breath here. Beautiful. We can soften down to a forward fold, and then we're going to step it back, either tabletop or plank pose. Step the feet back. You can go right away, letting the knees come down. You can stay with the knees lifted into a high plank, shoulders away from the ears. Let's take an extra breath here. Beautiful. Let's bring the left knee halfway in between the hands and extend the right foot back. We'll pivot onto the right heel and take a side plank with the knee down. Right hand goes up to the sky. You might circle through that right arm, maybe draw the elbow back, open the chest. Beautiful. Let's bring the right hand back down. Maybe extending that left foot back if you were in a plank with the knees up, or maybe not. Let's find our way onto our bellies. On the inhale, we come to Cobra, opening through the heart. Might twist the right shoulder towards the left hand, left shoulder towards the right, and lifting back up into your Cobra. Exhale, release down. Let's take another Cobra. And exhale, release. From here, we're going to press back up. So maybe the knees are down. You might come at it through tabletop, or you might come up through a push-up into plank. So lots of options here. Plank could be knees up or down. And then we'll bring the right knee halfway between the hands and extend the left foot back. And then finding our side plank Bringing the left hand up towards the sky, right hand is planted, left leg is long, maybe circling through the left arm. You might draw that left elbow back, opening the chest. Beautiful. Let's come on back this time to a tabletop. Take a cat-cow here. Beautiful. And then we'll find our way onto our seat. And then if you happen to have a blanket nearby, just offering a little bit of a heart opener as we often do. So maybe taking that blanket, and I do like a long fold. So it kind of looks like that. So it's about 6 inches wide. And then just bringing the edge to your tailbone. You can bend into your knees as you come on down onto your back. And if it feels like too much of a drop off for your pelvis, your seat to be down here, then just bring your whole body up on your heart opener. Either way, you get the heart opener here. You might keep the knees bent, which keeps the lower back feeling pretty good, but do what feels right here. And then if it feels good, just to bring a little bit more mobility to the shoulders, you can either rest here with your hands down. You might bend into the elbows, almost as if we're swimming, bringing the arms back and the hands back by our head with the elbows bent, and then lowering them down. You might turn the hands so they're down and kind of walk them back a bit. So any movement that feels nourishing here into the shoulders, the chest. Let's bring the right arm up towards the sky now and cross your body. You might rest your left hand on your right shoulder. You might rest your left hand at your right elbow. So taking that shoulder stretch. And then we can bring the right arm back, sending the left hand up towards the sky, and then crossing your body with the left arm. And again, you can take hold of your elbow with your right hand, or your shoulder, your hand, whatever feels right here. Beautiful. Coming back to center, bringing any movement that feels right. Shoulders. And then you can rest your hands down for a moment. And just feel the support beneath your back, your shoulders, your heart. Nice. And then you might separate your feet a little bit wider. As long as your heart opener is not too high, you can just do some windshield wipers here. Let the knees fall side to side. Maybe open up the arms. In a relaxed T, if you will. Just let the knees sway side to side. Beautiful. And then from here, you might roll to your side, and you, of course, can leave whatever is there, but you can just pull the blanket out. Let's come back onto our backs and just send our limbs up to the sky. You can have a soft bend in everything, rolling through your ankles, your wrists. Let the head feel heavy and supported. And as you're ready, releasing the feet down. And then check in with yourself. Is there any pose, any shape, anything you would like to take before Shavasana? If not, finding your place to completely relax, restore. You might rest your calves on a chair, a couch, legs up the wall. Maybe have a pillow under your knees. Let your body feel completely supported. Let your head feel heavy. Just a softening throughout your face, your jaw. Let the teeth be slack. Feel the space between the teeth. Softness through your neck, your shoulders, your arms, all the way down to your fingers. Releasing any gripping in the belly. And just be. You can begin to deepen the breath. Take a cleansing breath here. Breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Inviting some gentle movement to your fingers, your toes. Taking a stretch. And if it serves you to roll to your left or right side, and just taking a moment there, noticing the transition, noticing how you feel. Slowly finding your way up to a comfortable seated position. I invite you to close your eyes or find a soft gaze, perhaps bringing your hands to your heart space, offering yourself love, compassion, and so much gratitude for taking this time for you and sharing your practice with all of us. The light in me honors the light in you. I hope you have a beautiful day today. Namaste. Thank you for being here. So nice to see you all.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Have a great day. Hey, Carla. How are you?
Okay.
Have a good one, everybody. So
See you
nice.
soon.
Bye.